to my YouTube channel. My name is Mama Sewa Sapon, and today we have an interesting guest here with me called Kathleen. Say hi.
Hi.
Alright, so today we're going to have an interesting discussion. Before we get into that, let's hear a little bit from Kathleen. She'll tell you something a little bit about herself and what she does in church or stuff like that.
Hello. My name is Kathleen. I go to church with Mama Sewa. We both sing together, lead worship, praise and worship in church. I go to Calvin. I actually just turned 22 yesterday. Oh my god. Anyway, yes.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I've definitely been at that point where, you know, I just know that I have to be in church every Sunday. I have to go to church every Sunday because that's how I grew up, that's how I was brought up. But then it definitely got to a point where it was plainly routine. There was no, I don't know, there was nothing real. It wasn't substantial. I was just going because I had to. I don't know if you felt that way before.
I mean, I was born into the church from as far back as I can remember. I can't even remember my first Sunday. That's like just how immersed in church I was. And every Sunday went to church. Saturday I was in church from like 6 a.m. Well, not 6 a.m. That's too early. Like maybe 9 a.m. to like 11 p.m. I actually used to get in trouble. I used to get in trouble for going to church too much. Like that's what a problem to have, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was always going to church, but then I realized like I guess after I grew up a bit that it was mostly just as a routine, a task, like a duty, just because my parents are so and so in church and so I have to go to church, or it's just fun to do things in church or be busy in church. So I went to church for those things, but not for myself.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And then I find that when you are in that stage or when you have that frame of mind, it's easy to still fall back into the things that you're not supposed to be doing. It's easy to have a little sins here and there. You know, I know people who will go, I mean, not that, okay, I don't know if it's bad for me saying that.
Speak the truth.
But I know people who, you know, will go clubbing Saturday evenings and then, you know, wake up in the morning, bath, shower, and then come to church. Actually, although it's always good to just go to church anyway, it's still a little bit better for you if your mind and your heart are the same place, you know. Like even I at some point, you know, maybe Saturday evenings I'll spend time with my ex at that time, and then the next day I'll wake up, take a shower, and then go to church. And I did used to feel bad, but then the next weekend will come and I'll do it all over again. So definitely understand if you are at that phase, like if you are there, like right now, you do things like that, maybe your whole week is filled with worldly stuff, your heart is really after the world, you really long to go for parties, drinks, have drinks, chill with friends and do all the things you know you're not supposed to be doing, and then maybe Sunday you come to church and all of that. So I don't know, I've said a little bit about my past, but I feel like Kafi has more interesting stories, which is why she's here. So she's going to give you some interesting stories to help you know that you're not alone. Like, yeah, there's somebody who has been there and has come out, and what you should do, how you should transition, how you should move over, and all of those things. So I wouldn't give much away, but I'll just let you say whatever is on your heart and mind.
You know how I was talking about how I was born into the church and all of that, and I genuinely love doing the things of God, but not because I came to realize God for myself. It was just because I was told to, and I enjoyed it, so why not? And so because I was always in church and always hearing church stuff, the word of God, singing worship songs, doing all those different things for God, I actually never, there was a good side to it. The bad side was that I didn't know God for myself. I knew God through other people's eyes. But the good side was that because of what I knew, I wasn't necessarily a bad kid. And so I didn't really have friends. Like, I was the uncool girl in my squad of friends. So like if there was like something going on that everybody knew about, I was always the last to find out. And if they found out this week, I would find out like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later. Like, so yeah, so I wanted so badly to be cool, but at the same time I didn't really care. Like, I only cared if something came up, you know. Other than that, I was okay living like me. And so when I was in class 4, grade 4, there was this guy that I really liked, but he didn't want to tell me that. Apparently he liked me too, but I found this out like years later. And he didn't want to tell me because I was the uncool girl, but he appreciated that I was uncool because it meant that I wasn't doing the thing. I mean, as young as being in grade 4, he still appreciated the like godly girl, blah blah blah. Anyway, so he didn't want to tell me, and he started, like, everybody knew like I was crushing on this guy. He started dating some other girl. He started dating some other girl just because he didn't like I was the cool one. He'd rather go for the cool one. So everybody's blah blah blah. Anyway, so fast forward to grade 6, I kind of moved on, and I didn't care about him anymore. Plus, he was mean to me one time. Like Valentine's Day, he gave me like gifts and all of that, and then as soon as I was about to sit down, he pulled my chair. So I was very confused. Like I fell on the floor. It was very embarrassing. So like I was just like, you know what, push you to the curb, kind of thing. And there was this other guy, who I really disliked, not despised. I just couldn't stand him. He really irritated my core.
Was this still in grade 4?
This is grade 6. Like he irritated me so much. Fast forward to grade 7, 7th grade, and this is the guy that tells me that at this point I'm still the uncool one. This is the guy that tells me, yeah, exactly those words. Like, let me even tell you the story in more details.
So guys, I really hate to cut it at this point, but I'm going to pick up right from where we left off in our next video, and I'll post that next week. So stay tuned, click the notification button so you know just when I put the video up, the next section of this video up. And I'm telling you, you're going to really be blessed by Kathlene's stories, and you're going to be inspired. Once again, I need you to remember that you are not alone in this battle. Well, I don't know, at least I also have experienced that point where you are not all in, although it looks like you are on the outside. Inside, you are hiding some sins here and there, and you are doing some things on the side that you know you shouldn't be doing. Well, this video, again, it's just to encourage you that there is hope, that you can come out of that phase, and that you can give yourself wholly to God, and that indeed serving God with all of your heart, soul and mind is a wonderful thing to do, and you will never regret it.